AFP MMA presents Beyond the Cage Door podcast. Real people, real passion, real fights. With your host, Ryan James.
What's going on, everybody? I am your host, Ryan James. Welcome to AFP MMA Beyond the Cage Door podcast, where we talk real people, real passion, real fights. Today, I got a special one for you. I got Dylan Budka coming in today. Anytime here, he's going to be logging in, and we're gonna chop it up with Dylan and AFP 7. Him and Jesse Murray are going to tear Toledo apart on that night in that cage. And Toledo is going to be rumbling and definitely in the building. I'm going to get to speak to Dylan, and we're going to talk everything. We're going to talk everything from, we're going to go all the way back to AFP 102, talk about that. And we're going to talk about the emergence of everything since AFP 102, but before even, him and his tenure in the UFC, Dana White Contender Series, all those things that it's been kind of all over the place and been an impact, man, and just really getting back to regional dominance and doing his fighting on a level of regional and just kind of comparing each and every one. So it's going to be a good episode, man. Just getting to talk to him and seeing what's going on into this matchup with him and Jesse Murray, man. These guys are two Toledo area, town boys, and they're both repping hard for their city, and they both got something to prove, and they ain't backing down. So it's going to be a great episode. AFP Beyond the Cage Door podcast. I'm your host, Ryan James. Stay tuned. What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
You got it. You got it. Waiting on the man of the hour.
Yes, sir. What up, brother?
You got it, man. Just getting off. Just got off of work from meetings all day and had to come in here and get my game face on, man.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to talk, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So you know, one thing I like to always ask people when they get on here, and I give them a disclaimer. I tell people I am not a MMA media nothing. Like I just literally my interviews, we just conversate, we talk. I get to know a lot about you. I ask questions. Like, don't look at me crazy if I ask a question where it seems like I don't know nothing about MMA because I'm learning as we go.
Oh, you're good, bro.
You
You're
know what
good.
I mean? Definitely, man. But how's it going for you today, man? How you
It's
doing?
going good, bro. Just got done training a little bit ago. About to eat some grub in a little bit after this interview, and just getting ready every day to go put a show on for Toledo on the 20th.
So, speaking of eating some grub and getting your weight up, let's talk about that. So the jump from the middleweight to the light heavyweight. What influenced that jump right there?
Well, I was actually supposed to be fighting at 70 for this show at the beginning, and then I did the cut a few times, and then we realized that I was getting a little bigger in the room, and coach was checking it out. He was like, "Okay, yeah, you're starting to look a little bigger," and we went and did some testing, and I worked with a new nutritionist
Okay.
from Cornell University, and I worked with one in Vegas. Her name's Dawn Kelly, and they were looking at me like, "Yeah, you're gaining some muscle." And instead of losing weight, so we went and got the testing done, and they said that it probably wouldn't be the best decision to even try to go below middleweight anymore. So they was having trouble finding me a middleweight fight, and his name popped up, and I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll take it. I don't care. I'm big now. I feel strong. I feel healthy,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to just fight anybody, any weight class, anywhere now. So I'm ready
Right.
to get it
Right.
on.
So so when they say tell me a little bit behind the Mindless Hawk nickname. Talk to me about that.
So when I first got into fighting, I told my coach I wanted to be called the Hawk, and I was the Hawk when I was in high school because I would slam people in wrestling, and it just kind of stuck until I was older. There's the Hawk, and then but I wanted to make a kind of like something different because my coach also said there was already somebody named the Hawk in the UFC. So I don't want to be like anybody else. So I went with the mindless Hawk to kind of like be mindless and push through your obstacles and just keep going and just be mindless. Don't give a shit. Just keep pushing and try to be great. Dare to be great and dare to be the best.
I love it, man. And so it's crazy that we were just talking about what you just described to me as a unknown about, weight gaining or a process where like the doctors and everything
Yeah.
couldn't explain, but like you getting like some genetics, just something crazy went wrong in the lab. It was basically
Yeah.
like some hard work for real. You
Nothing
know
bad though. Nothing bad. All good things in the lab.
what I mean? That's kind of like a dope way to really look at it. Like you can explain like it's just all good things, and your body is just getting there, and you gaining in it. You getting the muscle, you getting good nutrition in you, and that's what kind of takes you up to that next level. So, let's talk a little bit about your UFC experience, man. Like, tell me what growth has the UFC given you since maybe since your first match, from going into coming out a lot of regional fight cards, right? For a lot of regional promotions, and then going into the UFC. What has that growth given you?
um It was definitely awesome journey, and as soon as I got the call to be given that opportunity on Contender Series, and I won the fight, my life changed completely.
Yeah.
It was when I was in the UFC. It was hard to even grasp I was in the UFC because it's something I dreamed of for so long,
Right,
and
right,
it's definitely different there. You train with different level people. You train at a different level every single day, and the people you're getting in the cage with are different level competitors. They're the best in the world, and you're the
right,
best in the world. So
right.
it definitely was a wake up call for me to realize the difference between the people around here in the
Yeah,
local area than
yeah,
the Russians and the South Africans
yeah.
and the Brazilians that are waiting for me in the cage when I get into the cage. Them guys are different, man, and they're ready. They're ready to take your head off, bro, and you got to be ready for that. And I think it taught me to just keep growing and don't get comfortable where I'm at. Keep learning, and you can't stop learning in the fight game because when you do, that's when you start falling down the ladder. You got to keep learning to be better every single day and becoming a better fighter.
Right, right. I definitely understand that, man. So let's circle to AFP 102, right? Your win at AFP 102. You remember? You remember that win?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, with Robert Gidron.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you were in that ring at AFP, what like compared to like doing because by that time you've had a little bit of hybrid of both, your UFC experience, fighting and stuff like that, and then jumping in the AFP ring. Explain to me as a fighter, do you look at when you ever reach to like a regional event or a different promotional event outside of UFC? Do you look at your perspective differently or your competition differently or how you approach it? Or do you just go in there with the same intensity?
I definitely go in there with the same intensity because these guys want to beat me. I was a lot of guys I'm going against haven't fought in the UFC now, and
Right,
they
right,
they they're trying to get there now, and I
right.
got a target. I got a target on my back because they want
Yeah.
to beat the guy that was in the UFC. So I'm definitely not. I'm not sleeping on anybody around here. That they all want to beat Dylan Budka, and I understand why. So I definitely got to keep the intensity up. I got to get ready, and I got to get ready like this is another world title fight because I'm trying to get back, and they're trying to beat the guy that was in the UFC so they can get there.
Right, right, exactly. So going segue into that, let's talk Jesse Murray. Let's talk Jesse Murray. Like he's another respected veteran. He's had some UFC and big fight experience and things of that nature. What would you say that stands out the most about this matchup? I know one of them is basically that area, that Toledo kind of both attachment to it. I actually interview him. he told me he has never met you before, but you guys know the same people. Am I right on
Yeah,
that?
we definitely trained with a bunch of the same people. We never crossed paths though at
Okay.
all. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know who he was before this, but he's a seasoned veteran and he's been in the game for a long time
Yeah.
and big dude, but he's in the way, man. So we gotta get the job done.
He's in the way. So and training camp, like, have you do you analyze your fighters that you're going against? Do you look at do you actually match up against their styles? Or do a lot of people I talk to, some people say they study their opponent. Some people say it don't matter who their opponent it is, they go in there with the same game plan. How about for this fight?
Um, I've been fighting for a while now, man. So I fought a ton of people. I have 50 fights underneath my belt, and between all the things, you really after a while you just become a fighter. So you just gotta let your coach, your training partners handle the job for you. And I feel like when you're thinking about your guy you're going against too much, and you're watching him over and over again, you relive that fight way too many times in your head. And if you fight somebody multiple times in your head, you're gonna get exhausted. So
That's right.
I just try to leave that for fight night and work as hard as I possibly can with my training partners. Get beat up as much as I can, and so I'm prepared for everything they got to bring me that night.
What's your biggest upgrade in your fight game, man, since your overall UFC run? What's been like that element that people can say, well, the old Dylan Budka used to be like this, but the new Dylan Budka, this is what he comes with. What's kind of like some of your skill upgrades would you say that the UFC kind of contributed to?
Well, first thing I would like to say, since I left the UFC, I am 360, 300, between 365 to 370 days sober. So that's one big thing. I stopped liquor, I stopped drinking, I stopped gambling, I stopped the drugs, everything else. So that was a big thing for
Yeah.
my career change and something that sucked me down, that changed me into a worst fighter. So I'm definitely clean. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling strong. But
Congrats.
one of the biggest things that I've changed since I've left the UFC is putting everything together, putting my wrestling with my striking. I went into pro boxing to bring my hands out a little bit more, be forced to bring my hands out, and I got the job in a field that I'm uncomfortable in, and it made me comfortable and showed me I got paws on me too. I don't gotta go take somebody down and beat them up. I can do it on the feet.
I
So
like
yeah, man. I feel like the man, and I feel like everything's coming together. I'm switching my stances. I'm going up and down. If I want to take him down, I'll take him down. But yeah, I'm doing everything right now, bro, and I feel like it.
I love it, man. I love it. What is Dylan in these few couple questions I got? And one I always ask, what does Dylan Butka do? And I know you kind of told me a little bit, over messaging about career wise. What are you doing when you're not inside the cage? What does your career, family life look like?
Um, well, I have a couple promotions myself. I have my own professional boxing series. We're on our ninth event coming up on June 13th, I believe,
Okay.
June 13th. And then I also have a folk style wrestling in a cage. It's kind of like RIF,
Hmm.
and that is popping off. We have over 500,000 engagements right now. It's
Wow.
called Cage WrestleMania. We're working with an NBA player on our next event in
I
Dayton,
heard about
Ohio.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, we're working on that. And our next event is in Dayton, Ohio on Damn, bro, all the dates are all mixed up. There's a whole bunch of dates, but we got one in Dayton, Ohio, Oak Harbor, Sandusky, and they're planned out for the next couple months. And it's pretty much folk style wrestling in the cage, and it goes by folk style rules. No tech falls though. It just pin, or you guys go until the match is over. But I work on a lot of businesses outside of it to keep the money flow coming in, and I enjoy the sport. I love all combat,
Yeah.
and other than that, I'm just eating. Really, I like food a lot.
I like food a lot. So coming back to, is this your first fight in Toledo and how long?
Since AFP 102.
Wow.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
So so what does it mean for you and actually for you, not just you, but you and Jesse both having roots from the same areas, like to come and put on this big show for the city of Toledo?
Oh, I think this is probably one of the biggest local MMA fights that Ohio has seen in a very, very long time. He fought on Contender Series. I fought in the UFC. I fought on Contender Series,
Yeah,
and it's hard to get in that spot. And I don't think people realize how hard it is just to get on Contender Series.
right,
You
right.
gotta be you gotta be a hardworking fighter that wants to go do it. And
Yeah.
me and Jesse are hardworking guys that love this shit. And that night, it's gonna be a show, and everybody should be there because there's not gonna be a big fight like this going on around Ohio in a really long time.
You said it. You said that right, man. So let's talk the AFP experience, and I always like to get people's feedback on that. Tell me, what is it? What do you see in AFP as a promotion? I mean, we're going on. They just cleared a year, and them coming up, and you were at 102, so that means at the very beginning, you know. So tell me, what have you seen grow about this promotion?
Um, I think that the presentation online is big for promotions
Hmm.
and knowing how to promote it the correct way that doesn't look like everybody else's. This even stuff like this, like AFP MMA
Yeah,
even AFP MMA broadcast, like
yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool. This
yeah,
is the stuff the fighters like to do, and this is the
yeah,
stuff that helps other promotions and the bigger promotions and the UFC fight passes that they're trying to get on the big pay-per-views. They like seeing this stuff. They
yeah.
want to make their fighters feel like celebrities, and I think
Right.
AFP does a really good job of making the fighters feel like celebrities, especially when I get there after the fight,
Yeah,
while I'm in the cage. I
yeah.
feel like I'm on a big time promotion
Right.
and it's in a little town called Toledo. So I think they're doing a good job doing that.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And that's one thing I say. And every time they always take it up a notch. So last the other month when they did it, it was a big they elevated the scaffold with the walkout, the catwalk, and the
Nice.
no telling what Brian and Dave's going to do now because now they already got the feedback from that, and they know Toledo going to be on fire, man. So I'm excited. I will be there. I will have my podcast booth, so you definitely got to pull up
Oh
and,
yeah,
and chop it up with me, man, in person.
let's
I've
do
had
it.
I've had some good people. Also, the homie Buck is supposed to be down there. My man, he do the viral. He be doing the pull tabs and
Oh,
stuff.
he's a
Yeah,
goofball, bro. I
he
seen
is.
him.
He
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
So he's supposed to be pulling up, man, and he be down there clowning with the pull tabs and great story with him too, man. Just out of Canton, Ohio, man. I had interviewed him. He was like, man, I just been grinding doing this for 3 years and it just picked up. But it's just good to see that Ohio energy with
Oh
everybody.
yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's definitely dope, man. So on that note, man, I can't wait for June 20th, man, to pull up down there. Any last minute thoughts or shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to my fight team, Demolition Fight Team. You guys push me every single day. Thank you, Charlo Cleveland, Quentin Richards, and Gary Young. Y'all the man. And without my teammates and my team and God, I wouldn't be able to get through these crazy ass fight camps to get ready for June 20th.
Show, man. You guys heard it first. Dylan Budka, the Mindless Hawk, June 20th, Toledo Rossford going against Jesse Murray. And we stepping the weight class up because we got some genetics going on. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go. It was
All
fun
right.
talking, bro.
Fun talking to you, man. You have a good one, man.
You too, bro. God bless.
Bless you too. Peace. All right. You guys heard it. That was Dylan Budka, the Mindless Hawk. June 20th, AFP 7, Toledo Rossford. It's going down. All right. Stay tuned. That's the show.
AFP MMA presents Beyond the Cage Door podcast. Real people, real passion, real fights. With your host, Ryan James.